Get a minute, don't know. Get a minute of your time. Get a minute of your.
I show that I live right, and I'm never gonna let you out of my sight. I've been knocked out, was a nice try, but I guess I get to keep my head on this time. God of the creation, the relations I've got, the only one that keeps me safe, the only one you should trust. For sure, it ain't right that I have checked the speck of dust from all of its sides. Fall down, that from my height, cause I didn't see the plank I have in my eye. And you said when no one's to be found, what keeps you eased out, what takes you off your mind. Guess you want this, I want this, everybody in this, we should have it. Stop illusions, it's in your hands, show yourself, reveal it to them. Check the time.
What is up, beautiful people? Coach Martinez here from MTC Live.
What?
And then
Listen, you're cutting me off.
I know I'm cutting you off. I know. My bad.
My name is Maria Bunn, your Mindset BFF, also from MTC Live.
Hang on. Did you say bun or bunt?
I said bunt. Get it right.
No, you said bun.
Do you think I would mess up my own last name?
Yeah. Well, it's not naturally your last name.
It's been my last name for the last 12 years. I think I can say bunt.
Yeah, but like for the last 30 years prior, you were what is it, Maria Conchita?
I was Cruz before, but no, I said it right. This is Maria Bunt. Get off your high horse.
It's not a high horse. I swear, I'm making that T-shirt. I promise.
Oh my gosh, he totally said that he's gonna make it with a unicorn.
Oh, 100%, 100%.
And long hair.
Blonde.
Blonde hair.
I used to
blonde, long hair.
I used to have curly blonde hair.
I would kind of believe that because all your kids, the little ones that I've seen, have had curly blonde hair.
Yeah. So apparently, what ended up happening was, let me see if I get this story. When I was in El Salvador, I had like a dirty blonde, very curly like that, right? But just natural.
Yeah. What are you trying to say? My hair is not natural.
100% is not natural.
I know my hair is not natural.
100% is not natural. That's not curly. Yours is flat, like along the top.
Get out of here.
Hey, I'm being serious. Well, like you got.
It is. Okay, it's straight, not
straight.
flat.
Okay.
Straight.
Why is flat a swear word?
Well, because
people get so offended when I'm like, yeah, it's flat.
Because it means that your hair is like stuck to your scalp, and nobody wants to have their hair stuck to your scalp, especially like a woman. So you can't say that.
So what is that considered?
I don't. Well, I would think that like either my hair is greasy. Why is it so flat? Why is it stuck? Like that's what I would be thinking. I don't know what anybody else thinks.
So flat is bad.
Flat is bad. That's what I'm saying anyway.
I don't believe that. But anyways, so flat is bad. Okay. So
get off your high horse. Like this attitude. This guy and his attitude.
So straight.
Okay.
So straight. So your hair is straight.
Yes.
So
well, actually, funny enough, my hair used to be really wavy, but then I did a perm, like a straight perm, and it never came back. Like this used to be more natural. Like I used to have waves, and I used to use mousse and those curlers, and my hair would get all curly. But then I did a straight perm.
So I heard that once you, when girls start like having babies, like popping out kids and stuff. It's
where is this going?
No, hang on.
Like I'm worried.
No, correct me. Like so once when a woman starts having like popping out kids and stuff or having children, like their whole body changes. Not just like body, but like hair color.
Yeah.
Curliness goes to straight.
You lose hair. Like there's a hot man. Women have to go through a lot to bear those babies. Like hair loss, hormones, your skin changes. Like it's just crazy.
Really?
Yes. I mean, you're married to Tegan.
No, I know, but I don't know if she ever like went through like.
Ask her. See if she had any. Maybe she didn't. Maybe she didn't have any hair loss. But for my experience,
I do know that. I know that she had hair loss. That I do know. But what I'm talking about, like it's like your DNA starts to change. Like if somebody,
I don't know.
Like if somebody had curly hair, they'll have straight hair. If they had blonde hair, they'll go brown. If they like, literally their body. Not their physique, because the physique's obvious, right? Like you're carrying more pounds, like the child, whatever you do.
Where's this going, Miguel?
Tell
me. Let's just come along that conversation. Let's just leave that conversation where it's at before you stick your foot in your mouth.
I'm just it's a question. Is it true or is it not true?
It happened to me. I did experience some changes. Like my hair did change. I lost a lot of hair, and my skin changed. My skin's better now though, so I don't know.
Yeah, but that's because you work out and you drink so much water.
I do, and now I have a killer like skincare routine. I actually take care of my skin,
What do you
which
do?
I never did before.
What do you do?
Now I was really bad. I didn't used to always take off my makeup. Sometimes I'd fall asleep, and it's so bad for you, right?
Why is that?
Well, because it's extra added layer of stuff. You're clogging your pores. And I was breaking out. But anyway, so I ended up finding a skincare routine that worked for me. So what I did is now I have a 2-step process of removing my makeup. So I start with an oil, I remove it, then I wash my face, then I use something that hydrates my skin, then I use a toner that I'm not exactly sure what it does, but it does something good. Then I put some vitamin C in my face, and I actually use SPF now.
Like
Sunscreen.
Before going to bed?
No, in the morning. My skincare routine is different in the morning and at night. So at night, I just do moisturizer. In the morning, I do SPF. Even if I don't go out, I still put it on because it's all about the habit. That's the thing. You do it even whenever you're not going out.
So weird.
He's weird, right?
So I got a question for you.
What's up?
Besides me, who's the one person you would love to have as a mentor?
This guy. Who is the one person I would love to have as a mentor?
If there's anyone out there in the world.
Okay. I would love to have Tony Robbins as a mentor.
Really?
Yes. Because he's high energy. And I would just feel like there's a lot of people that I admire and there's a lot of people of personal development that I love. But if I could have anyone, it would be Tony Robbins because of his level of energy. He would just have me pump up and jumping around and believing that I can do hard things.
I've seen him.
That.
I've seen him live with actually Sandra Beatty.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we were 5 rows from the stage.
See, I know I've never been to one of his events, but I have heard that they're electrifying, that they're so good.
Yeah, he's loud. He's crazy. He's out there.
Yeah, that's what I would want. What about you?
Me? Anybody in the world?
Yeah.
Jesus.
I was like, are you really? I was waiting for that. I'm like, is this guy going to come on?
No, if I can have anybody to mentor.
I mean, he is a great mentor, by the way.
No, I know. Anybody to mentor me. Somebody who I admire. The people who are there's a couple. There's the people. Okay, I'm very curious. I'm all about the origin stories.
Okay.
Bezos, right? Started from the garage.
Yeah.
Of his home, right? Stephen Jobs started from his basement. So all of those people, I just want to. The interviews that we see from them, it's just, I think they're just snippets of what really happened, and sometimes they try and put movies together about them and all that. But I would love to just
have a front row seat to what really happened.
Yeah, just to see that everyday struggle, what kind of negativity that they experience, self-doubt, how they got over that, all that stuff. That's what I would love to see.
Yeah, I could see that.
Okay, here's another question. Ready?
Okay.
Besides me, who do you...
Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you didn't see that.
Why are you being so mean, yo? Who do you look for advice? Again, besides me?
I would say Mike.
Really?
Yeah.
Over me?
100%. That's not even a question.
That's so rude.
Yeah, I would say Mike. He's my sounding board. So if I'm about to say something crazy and I know it might be crazy, I'm like, Mike, shake it off. So he shakes off and he kind of.
Yeah, keep going.
Oh, okay. So I'm like, so he shakes it off, and then I tell him, and then he's my sounding board. He's like, okay, and I love it because he knows how I am. He knows sometimes even if my delivery is messy, he will most likely understand what my intention was behind it. And then he'll either tell me I'm wrong and to look at it from a different perspective, or he'll just help me to find a solution to a difficult situation. So I would say that. What about you?
He's very calm guy, eh?
Yeah, he is.
So tell me the dirt.
About Mike?
No, not a, yeah. Like
he has no dirt.
No, I know. Okay, relax. Like, yes, he's close to perfect. I do know the guy. But what I'm saying is, does he have, like, without going into too much detail, like the poor guy, we're not blasting him online, but like, if there, what's the one thing that you'd be like, you know what, Mike, like this change this about you?
I wouldn't change anything about him. That's the thing. The one thing, I wouldn't change anything about him, but the one thing.
Mike, I'm sorry. Mike, buddy, I apologize. I don't mean to, like.
No, it's not. And he knows, right? But I'm like, he has so many good qualities. And the one thing that I wish he would see more is his good qualities. Sometimes he's not able to see them.
Really?
And even if I compliment him about it or tell him about it, maybe his mindset is like, well, you're my wife. You're supposed to say that, right? So I'm like, I just wish that he could really see what a great guy he is. And I always tell him, because when he was in high school, he didn't have a lot of girlfriends. And I was like, what? I'm like, are you kidding me? I would have had this many girlfriends if I was you. And he's like, yeah, like I didn't, because he didn't think the girls would like him. And I'm like, you are, like, to me that just doesn't make sense, right?
Really?
But it's because he didn't see himself that way. So when you don't see yourself in the way that you truly are, you tend to, like, do actions that verify that, right?
Yeah, that I 100% agree. Like, it's you become what you think about, right?
Exactly.
And so if you are walking around like doubting yourself and all these different things, yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. We were driving home and we were talking about confidence, and he's like, you know what? He's like, I'm just gonna fake it till I make it. And I'm like, no. I'm like, what you're doing is you're practicing until you make it. Because the more we practice, the better we get, right? But if I could encourage him, or like, not really change him, but I just want him to see more of who he is.
And where does that come from, though? Like, were his parents like that? Sorry, again, Mike,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, dude.
we're
just talking trash. Not talking trash, but just
trying to figure him out a little bit.
Yeah. Dissect him here online.
Okay, so I do think it was his upbringing. He had some insecurities that he was like insecure about, so that played a big role into it. He was actually bullied as well when he was younger. He lived in a lower income neighborhood, and so because he didn't participate in a lot of things that the other kids were doing, he was singled out. He also looked very different than the other kids. Yeah, I'm like just the neighborhood.
He's a good-looking guy, man.
No, he is, right? Yeah. He's so good looking, but he was just singled out. He didn't look like the other guys. It was just different, right? So the kids picked on him, and he's very mild nature. Like, he's strong, and he could have probably beaten up almost everybody because he has height, he has power, like he has it within him. Yeah, but he never used it.
Interesting.
Yeah. So I do think that played into it.
Well, I know I mess around with you a lot, but I'm gonna give you a compliment. You ready?
Okay.
Hopefully, it doesn't get recorded.
It glitches out. That's the point where it glitches out, and like.
Like, I noticed that every time we got Jason Palmer here. I'm gonna put Mike out from what is that?
He's like, I'm gonna put Mike out from under the bus as you keep going. I got you, Mike. Hey, I hope you actually heard what I said. Nothing.
But I've noticed every time you talk to him, it's like you're always throwing words of affirmation. Hey, like, hey, good looking. Hey, sexy. Hey, like, you're always doing that. Like, do you do that consciously or subconsciously? Like,
both now, because I'm a work in progress. His love language is words of affirmation.
Okay.
And in the past,
mine too.
Yeah. So I'm like, I'm always throwing dirt
I
at
know,
you.
and you're always throwing dirt at me.
Miguel, you're amazing.
This is not healthy at all. This relationship, I'm telling you right now.
Oh my gosh, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Well, no, I've had to work on it, because this is the thing. I think sometimes as women we do this, that we think that our husbands or significant others know how we feel and how appreciative we are of things. Yeah. And so we're like, what are you talking about? I didn't say thank you because I thought you knew I appreciated it, right? But I realized, and I'm a work in progress, that it's important to use the words. It's important to be specific. It's important to do that. Okay. So I always try to do that because I know that builds him from the inside, and because it's true, right? And I always like to compliment people when it's true. Mm-hmm. So when you don't compliment me, that's because there's nothing to compliment? Nothing.
Whatever, dude.
You know what? I have complimented you. Just relax. I have.
I don't remember. That's how. That's how. Now here's an interesting question. You ready?
Okay.
Gift cards or actual gifts?
I prefer, depending from who. If it's from Mike, gift 100% is
Gift?
Yeah, if it's because he's very thoughtful. He makes notes and like he has. See, Mike, you're amazing. Mike, don't leave me. Oh my gosh, don't leave me.
I'm gonna die if you leave.
I can't leave me. I'm sorry for whatever I did. I'm sorry. I promise. It's just-
That is
Oh my
hilarious.
gosh.
Poor guy.
But no, honestly, he's the best gift giver. I'm like, but I feel like for other people, I would prefer gift cards because then I could just get what I'm into at that time. What about you?
Me?
Yeah.
Gifts if they're good. Like, I told my kids, right? If I get a card with your handprint on it, I'm like, that's what you're getting for your birthday.
Can you please do that?
I did.
Oh my god.
I told my kid I'm legit because I'm like, come on. I'm like, yeah, I wear my heart on my sleeves. You guys know what I like. Like, you see this, these Funko Pops.
Yeah.
These are like $6, $7, right? They know my childhood. I talk about my childhood. They know the kind of movies that I like. I'm like, you can't spend $5 on a Funko Pop. That will mean so much more than building a card with your handprint traced on it.
You do know that you have kids that are like 2 years old, right?
It doesn't matter. You get what you're gonna get what you give, right? And if
You're like having this conversation with your 2-year-old. It doesn't matter. What is this? I don't want this trash.
Okay, the 2-year-old's different, right? But like the 9-year-old and the 10-year-old, whatever, and like the 17-year-old, like they know. And so if they can't spend $5, they can't spend $10 on a Funko Pop, then I'm like, you guys are getting what you're giving. 100%. But here's Tegan. I've given her so many gifts.
Yeah.
And she just returns them she just returns them. And then she just buys stuff around the house.
So
and she thinks I don't know.
But you know.
But I find out. Like last time, I think I was telling you this. I gave her what's this? Oh, dance lessons.
Okay.
Like salsa, merengue.
But did she want that gift though? Were you is that something that she talked about wanting to do?
No, it was an experience, and I'm like, oh, this should be like a fun experience for us to do together.
Oh, together.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. Like her and I, like on a date night, two whatever. The thing cost it's like $200, right? It was like for four lessons or something rather, right? And I'm like, I know she liked Spanish dancing or dancing with me, so I'm like, oh, it'd be good just to take some ballroom.
Yeah.
Anyways, I overheard her like pawning it off to one of her clients, trying to give them a discount. Like, I'll give it to you $150, but don't tell Miguel.
You're like, did you pop your head in?
No, I was like, I can't believe she's selling my gift. Like, what the heck? And and so she's done that a couple of times, and so now I just give her gift cards. And then it got to a point where she doesn't even want the gift cards because she doesn't like the store.
So now it's just money.
So I just give her money now.
Yeah.
But I hate that.
But that's what she likes though, because remember, a gift is not about because I used to give before. I used to give based on what I thought that the other person was going to like, and gift giving is about the other person, even if you don't understand it.
I don't agree with that.
100%.
I don't agree with that.
A gift is not about you. A gift is about the other person.
I know, but like, okay, so the exact same thing what you just said about Mike.
Well, because he knows that. Prime example, Mother's Day.
Okay.
He got me my early Mother's Day gift.
Yeah.
And he got me a pull-up bar, but that's because that's what I've been wanting, right? Had he come and gotten me like a vacuum, I would have been like, what? Or clothes, I would have been like, what?
I know, but that's not the thing. What you said, like the fact that he put thought into it. Like he's not gonna get you a vacuum or a pot of pants.
No,
like,
but it's because what I want. He put thought into it because it was based on what I wanted. That's what makes him a great gift giver, is because and he's taught me that. Because I'm 100% like, before, my gifts were based on like what I wanted you to have, the experience I want. Because I would enjoy it, I automatically thought that the other person should enjoy it. And that's why it's not working out. Legit. I'm like, I'm giving you some life advice. That's why it's not working out.
No, I've just given up. I just give her money now.
But she appreciates that, I'm sure.
Yeah,
that's what she wants.
So she doesn't like roses.
Yeah.
She hates roses. She's like, why? They're just gonna die. It's a waste of $20.
Are you offended by that?
I'm a little, because it's not that it's okay. So it's not that I'm offended. It's like, I wish I could give. Okay, so here's another example. Seth, there's this girl that he likes, whatever, right? And he gave her a deck of cards,
Okay.
the 52 like playing cards. You know, the Ace of Diamonds,
yeah,
like
yeah,
the whole 52
yeah.
deck. And for every deck, so he designed it, and for every deck there is something special written about the person,
Okay.
right?
Yep.
So 52 cards, 52 things of why this person's special. Your hair, the way that you laugh, all these different things, right?
Okay.
And then we had it made. We got it printed at this thing in the States, whatever. It came in like 2 weeks later, nicely packed, packaged, everything right there. If you were to get that, what would you think?
It would be a
Might
toss-up.
might get you a deck of 52 things why he loves you, why you're awesome, why he thinks you're great, and he's like personalized there's no duplicates.
It would be meaningful, but what would be more meaningful is if he sang for me. So there's like a hierarchy of
If he
things.
what?
If he sang, he has a great voice. So if he sang for me and like did it in front of like created a video for me and then gave me that would have so much more meaning than the deck of cards. So it's really depending. It's depending on the person. I'm sorry. I'm guessing that the girl was not as appreciative as like
She loved it.
she loved it. So
Yeah.
there we go. So he killed it.
I know, but I want to do something for Tegan like that.
Now, do you think that's something Tegan would like?
100% no. She would be like, okay, thanks, and just like get lost.
Okay, let me ask you: does Tegan have a hard time accepting compliments?
Yeah.
So that's probably why, right? That would be a hard one for her to like have because it would be hard. You have
I'm
a
struggling. Here.
therapy. So yeah, you're welcome.
I'm struggling here.
No, so that's the thing. I'm like, you haven't nailed it quite yet. I mean, you're on your journey. It's all about the journey. So it's just getting to learn what she really wants.
I don't know. I don't think so.
I think so.
I think you're wrong. I'm so stubborn today. I was like, and I do recognize. I don't know.
you just want to give her what you want to give her. You want her to love it.
No, it's because I put so much thought. I think I'm like, this would be cute. This would be awesome. She would like this. She would love that. And then it just doesn't.
Well, because you're thinking about what you think.
I
Like
know.
So I'm like, if you just start watching her the next like 2 months, just watch what she does, what she likes, like places she goes. Dimitri's. If you gave her a gift card for Dimitri's, 100% she would not be returning that.
That girl is such a big sweet tooth. It's ridiculous.
Exactly. So I'm like, you have to find the little things that she likes, or took her to a surprise date to Dimitri's, or like something, or like things that she liked, right?
Yeah.
Or maybe bake cookies for her as a present.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. I don't agree with you, brother.
All
I
right.
agree with you. I get it. And I do hear you.
But you're just not ready to accept it.
I'm not.
That's okay.
I'm not ready to accept that.
That's okay.
I'm not ready. Yeah. So I have this video. I found this video and I wanted to play for you.
Okay.
And I want to know what you think.
Okay.
Now, you know who Salma Hayek is, right?
Yeah, I do know.
Who is she?
She's an actress.
If I start insulting,
Oh.
What's that?
She's an actress.
Yeah, she's an actress. Okay, so you do know who she is.
100%. She was in Zorro.
No,
Are you sure?
no, that's Catherine Zeta-Jones.
I do know who she is, though.
Do you?
Yes, absolutely. I know who she is.
From Desperado.
Yeah, that's what I meant.
No,
Not
you
Zorro.
didn't.
I meant Desperado with Antonio Banderas,
Yeah,
right?
Antonio Banderas.
Exactly. That's what I meant.
Okay. So I found this to be very interesting. So for those who are logging in, we've oh yeah. So
Oh, see, Nicole, Love Languages 101, 100%.
I know.
We're educating Miguel. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
whatever. So the what was I gonna say?
You're going to share the clip, and then we're going to share our thoughts about this clip.
Yeah. So today's topic, we're gonna talk about like our seven phase program to making just everlasting change in your life. But before we actually get to it, I have this clip and I found it, and I want to get your idea. So for those who are out there, you're not gonna see the video. You're just gonna be able to. You're gonna hear the video and just let me know what you guys think. You ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
start insulting. in another language.
Okay, so this is her talking,
If
right?
I start insulting you in another language, you feel nothing. They don't mean anything to you because it's you who puts the meaning to it. Me, I know what it means, but it doesn't matter how hard I scream them to you. You might start laughing. Take their words, take away the value of the words, and drop them to the floor. If you take that away, they fall to the ground. They never get to touch you. They are nothing. If I start insulting you,
Your thoughts?
if I start insulting,
It's so funny because Mike and I just had a conversation about this, right? And we were talking about how when you're so confident about yourself, that even if somebody was telling you the worst thing about you, that you no longer feel it. You no longer have an attachment to it. You just kind of feel bad for the person because then you realize that their journey, wherever they are in their journey, they need healing, right? So it makes me think about the same thing with regards to that we are the ones that attach meaning to what it said to us. Is it hard at times to just kind of look at it and look the other way and not attach meaning to it? Of course, right? But if we have a high self-regard, certain things like that become easier to bear. You can bounce back a lot faster. What are your thoughts?
So I'm caught, and then the reason why I brought it up, because I am caught between a hard place and a rock, right? Because the whole thing, sticks and stones won't break my bones, but words will never hurt me. I don't know if that's 100% accurate. I think because words have power. There's a gentleman by the name of Dr. Habib. We did a workshop together.
Yeah.
Right, Dr. Habib, words have power, right? The meanings crystallize in your minds. They form perceptions, realities, behaviors, and how you view the world. And ultimately, these words create your world, right? Mm-hmm. So that's the quote by Dr. Habib. So my thing is, sticks and stones will break your bones, but words will never hurt me. I think they do. And I think they do. Like that's the thing, and so when you keep telling somebody why do you compliment Mike all the time, right? It's because you know that words do have power.
They do, but see, I have a different perspective when it comes to myself. Do you get what I mean? Like, because for so long I was so worried about what people thought of me, and it changed who I was. That as soon as I started becoming more comfortable in who I am or who I'm becoming, that not necessarily the words that they have or their thoughts about me have as much power. Does it bother me? Absolutely. Like I shared before, where I had a conflict with someone who, was saying all this stuff about me, and it bothered me, and it took me a couple weeks to bounce back, but I bounced back. And that was because I realized that my value is not attached to what other people think. But when I'm speaking to other people, I know that what I say matters. So I